Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests and dignitaries. It is with great honor and excitement that I welcome you to the inauguration of Technopark Phase-1 facility. It all started with Ministry of Education, Government of India, sanctioning the establishment of research parks in IITs to develop indigenous R&D capabilities, boost industry-academia partnerships, and strengthen the research ecosystem in the country. Today marks a significant milestone in our journey towards innovation, collaboration, and technological advancement as Technopark completes 5 years. So as we gather here amidst the backdrop of progress, we celebrate not just the physical infrastructure, but the spirit of creativity and ingenuity that it embodies. Technopark Phase 1 is more than just a facility. It's a testament to our collective vision for the future, a future driven by cutting-edge technology, entrepreneurship, and sustainable growth. With great pleasure, I would like to extend a warm invitation to you for the inauguration of the Technopark Phase 1 building. We are extremely delighted to welcome Professor Abhay Karandikar, esteemed Secretary of the Department of Science and Technology, as our honored chief guest, and Shri Awnish Awasthi, Advisor to the Honorable Chief Minister, Government of Uttar Pradesh, as our guest of honor. Equally joined by our esteemed Board of Directors, Technopark IIT Kanpur, local industry officials, and the entire IIT community present here. Today's event comprises of a workshop on industry-academia collaborations, challenges, and opportunities, followed by a panel discussion on the role of technoparks in furthering industry-academia partnerships. So, as we proceed with the event, I would invite Professor Ganesh, Director IIT Kanpur, and Chairperson, Board of Directors, Technopark IIT Kanpur, on the dais. Please, sir. And I would request Professor Ganesh to felicitate our honorable chief guest, Professor Abhay Karandikar, with a token of appreciation. On the dais, please, sir. And I would also request our honorable guest of honor, Shri Awnish Awasthi, to take the dais for the felicitation. So now I would request Professor Ganesh to felicitate Professor Abhay Karandikar. Now I would request Professor Ganesh to felicitate Shri Awnish Awasthi. Please take your seat, sir. Now I would request Professor Tarun Gupta, Dean of Research and Development, IIT Kanpur, to come to the stage and felicitate Professor Ganesh, Director, IIT Kanpur, and Chairperson of the Board of Directors, Technopark IIT Kanpur. Please have your seat, sir. Now I would request Professor Amarendra K. Singh, Professor in Charge, Technopark IIT Kanpur, to facilitate our esteemed Board of Directors of Technopark IITK. Professor Tarun Gupta, Dean of Research and Development. Thank you so much, sir. And now I would request Professor G.M. Kamath, esteemed board member, Technopark IIT Kanpur, to please come on stage, and Professor Amarendra K. Singh to felicitate Professor Kamath. Thank you so much, everyone. Please have your seats. So now it's time for the welcome address. It's now my privilege to invite Professor S. Ganesh, Director, IIT Kanpur, whose insights are poised to enlighten us in his welcome address. Thank you so much, sir.
A warm welcome to the launch of the Phase-1 facility of Technopark. I would like to thank Professor Abhay Karandikar, the Chief Guest and current Secretary of Department of Science and Technology, for agreeing to be here and launch this facility. And also our guest of honor, Shri Awasthi ji, for gracing occasion. He has been part of this activity for a long time, and indeed it's a great honor to have him here. All my colleagues who have been here and the members of the Technopark, all the companies and everyone who have been part of this initiative, I would like to welcome everyone. It's a great occasion because I remember I was a Dean Research and Development when we submitted this proposal for setting up the Technopark. Earlier it was called as, when the proposal went, it is called as S&T Park, Science and Technology Park, to the Ministry of Education, and we defended and we got the grant, and we launched sort of the entire activity. And then we formed a Section 8 company, that is what we call as Technopark, and it has completed 5 years this year, and it's indeed a great occasion. I would like to also thank Professor Karandikar, because he has been part of this from the beginning, the Technopark, and the facility that we have, it has come up beautifully. Lot more to do, but it's indeed a great facility, because the Technopark was sort of functioning from a transit facility, but to really realize the potential that the institute has in terms of having an industry academia collaboration, and how we can house the R&D facilities of the industry for the benefit of the industrial community and the society at large. We have put together this facility, and it's indeed a great occasion to have the first phase. And I would like to place on record the efforts of the Dean of Infrastructure and Planning, the office, entire office, including the Dean, and the CPWD, IWD, the entire team of Institute Works Department, in making this facility functional and making it a reality. I mean, this is indeed a great occasion. I'm sure this would catalyze the growth of the Technopark in a very different scale, and we would soon sort of fill in the entire facility, and we'll go for phase 2. I mean, that indeed is the focus, and we have really found a very good opportunity to collaborate with many industries, and many have come in, and we do hope that the facility is fully functional and fully sort of used, and there is a need for expansion within a year or so. The idea of Technopark is to promote the industry academia interaction. Therefore, there's a fantastic model, although there's what you call as a rental model, but as many of you know, that rental model, there is an incentive for people to engage with the institute in many different ways. More the engagement, lesser the rental that they pay. I mean, that's the incentive that we offer. And we do have such Technopark-like concepts and facilities in other institutes, but Kanpur is very unique. For a reason, the companies that come to the Technopark of IIT Kanpur come for the expertise that we have and the expertise that others don't have. That is the differentiator for this particular facility, and I'm extremely grateful and thankful to all the industry who found value in having their R&D set up here, and trusting the entire ecosystem, because that is something that is going to really change the way the institute engages with in the industry, and how industry could benefit from the expertise that is available here. And I welcome you all, and this workshop that is planned is going to really help in understanding the gaps that we have in terms of expectation from the institute and expectation from the industry, and how we can really bridge the gap and make this a real success story. Therefore, the country at large can benefit from the expertise of both the industry and the academia. And I welcome you all once again, and thank our chief guest and guest of honor for being with us, and again also thank the Technopark team for putting together the entire one-day event. Thank you once again for being with us. Welcome again.
Thank you so much, Professor Ganesh, for that motivating deliberation, which has set a visionary tone for the future of Technopark. We are extremely grateful to you for your unflinching continual support. Now it is time for our guest of honor, Mr. Awnish Awasthi. An IIT Kanpur alumnus, 1985 batch, he is prominently known for his pioneer work done for the upliftment of disabled persons during his stint as a joint secretary in the Department of Empowerment of Persons with Disabilities. Mr. Shri Awasthi has worked at the Uttar Pradesh government in multiple roles, such as district magistrate. He held the position of chairman and managing director of Uttar Pradesh Power Corporation Limited from September 2005 to January 2009. In 2017, he took charge as the principal secretary of UP Chief Minister, Government of India. Let us give a warm welcome to Shri Awnish Awasthi.
Good morning. To be back at your alma mater and then to felicitate dear friend Professor Karandikar, it's a great honor and I feel overjoyed and overwhelmed to be here. So right away I would like to first of all welcome as well as congratulate Professor Karandikar to become the Secretary Science and Technology, and IIT Kanpur has given the Secretary Science and Technology. I am sure Prime Minister Modi's 2047 Viksit Bharat का जो संकल्प है, I am sure that would see the stamp of IIT Kanpur on the proposal for the entire country, and I congratulate and wish him all the best. I would like to thank Professor Ganesh for having sent me the invite. To come back to your alma mater, it's always a joy, and of course, I have been very actively part of your development in the last 4-5 years, where wherever we wanted help from IIT Kanpur, we got it. And I would like to congratulate Professor Marnindra Agarwal also. He's not here today. I spoke to him yesterday. He was the one who helped us in the entire COVID campaign, and it was IIT Kanpur's software which helped us to provide for oxygen in the entire state, and it is because of IIT Kanpur, which I can say, we could save a lot of oxygen which was being supplied to our state, and that was what saved lives of people, and we from the government of UP are always indebted to you for that. I spoke to my Chief Minister yesterday evening when I told him that I am going to IIT Kanpur. He wished Professor Karandikar all his best wishes, and of course he's always positive towards IIT Kanpur. I would like to right away, first of all, congratulate the entire team for the Technopark, which has completed 5 years, and you are coming into your new building and campus. The very first sight of this campus makes you feel that you are in a modern campus and you are in a living campus. You are in a campus where lots of achievements will happen. So I wish you all the best. There are 3 or 4 issues on which I would like to just highlight. One, Professor Karandikar had initiated the process of help for the Gangwal Medical School. So I would like to tell you that for the first time, a budgetary provision has now been made in the state government's medical education budget, and professors from IIT Kanpur are already in touch, and we hope that soon after the elections, the cabinet decision will ensure that the first phase of the support from the state government comes to you. I was also part of the defense corridor. Very recently, with the Chief Minister, we flew into the defense corridor at Kanpur, and we were part of the team which inaugurated the ammunition plant at IIT Kanpur, close to IIT Kanpur in the defense corridor. And I'm sure the defense area is also one area where a lot of work can be done through the institutions like IIT Kanpur. IIT Kanpur has been the leading light in innovation. So this is another area where one can work. I also saw a news item day before yesterday that BrahMos missiles are now being given to Philippines, and BrahMos missiles manufactured in India, and you would be very happy to know that we in the defense corridors have also started the work for the second phase of BrahMos missile at Lucknow, where the defense minister himself was very keen to take that forward. So there are any number of areas and high-tech areas where a lot of work can be done. Very recently, I was in the Ram Temple inauguration, the Pran Pratishtha, and I met Tata Sons chairman, Mr. Chandrasekharan. I just mentioned to him that we are very keen to take up employment for youth in UP through the high-tech areas. And I'm happy to inform you that Tata's and TCS Foundation has sanctioned 48 crores for us for a new center of excellence at Kanpur. And the idea basically is to develop artificial intelligence. The idea is to develop space technology. Idea is to develop 3D printing. Idea is to develop all the cutting edge areas. And these companies are also very positive about UP now. So given all of this, we should and we would like to push Uttar Pradesh towards the target of Yogi ji's $1 trillion economy. And I'm sure IIT Kanpur will play a major role in this. Once again, I would like to congratulate the entire team of Technopark for having strived to take this forward. And I'm sure that your Technopark, Professor Saab was saying about the gene research, and you have companies where earlier when I was here, MOUs were signed. Obviously, very active companies should be made partners in your progress so that things come out and they are actually at the usable side on the ground. Finally, I would also like to tell you that we have been pushing for a new institution, again a Section 8 company in the state government, just like BIRAC, which is there in Government of India in your ministry. So this Section 8 company will come very soon after the elections, and this will be in the area of pharma and pharmaceutical research and innovation. So we would need partners in the future to take things forward. This institution has been called Promote Pharma, and very soon it will be launched. So I will say that since we in the state of Uttar Pradesh look towards IIT Kanpur as the leading light, we would again come back to you for support and help and taking things forward. So once again, thank you for calling me here. This is a great initiative for the industry academia collaboration. I am sure the young people here will push it. And I would also like to congratulate Reema Mittalji, the Chief Operating Officer of Technopark, who has very kindly, all of you have organized such a beautiful program on this morning. It's election time, and Kanpur today is seeing elections. UP today is seeing elections, but post-elections, I'm sure we will have a big function again in whatever fashion possible for the new areas in which we need to work upon. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for that outstanding deliberation. It was really great to know the initiatives taken by UP government for the development of research and innovation at our esteemed institution. We look forward to having your guidance and support as we move forward. It is with great honor that I invite our esteemed professor in charge, Professor Amarendra K. Singh. Professor Singh has been a distinguished faculty in the Department of Material Science and Engineering, IIT Kanpur, since 2015. Before joining IIT Kanpur, Professor Singh was associated with Tata Research Development and Design Center, TCS Innovation Labs, where he led integrated computational materials engineering and computational fluid dynamics-based research. Professor Singh's leadership since February 2023 has been instrumental in shaping Technopark's journey towards innovation and excellence. Please, sir.
Thank you, Yashvi. A very warm welcome to all of you, Honorable Chief Guest, Professor Abhay Karandikar ji, Secretary, DST, Government of India, our guest of honor, Shri Awnish Awasthi ji, Advisor, Chief Minister, UP Government, our officiating director, Professor Ganesh, Board of Directors, Professor Tarin Gupta, Professor Kamath, and our other distinguished speakers at this event, Madam Karandikar ji, for bringing us here with her presence. I would also like to thank our resident and pioneer members who have all been part of our journey, Laurus Labs, TVS Signaling. We have guests coming from Jindal Steel, HAL, CII members, officials, our students, distinguished members from our ecosystem, and Technopark officials and staffs. On behalf of all of us at Technopark, on behalf of our director, Professor Ganesh, I extend a very warm welcome to all of you for joining this inauguration function and subsequent events that we have planned today. Professor Karandikar laid the foundation stone for this building and set up the vision for Technopark that it should be an industrial hub and industry interface for IIT Kanpur. And it is fitting that he is inaugurating this Phase-1 facility, and in future it will take industry-academia collaboration to a greater height. Also, I would like to mention here that we have received continued support, encouragement from Shri Awnish Awasthi ji, and it was his support that led to the DTIS facility that two of them have come IIT Kanpur way, and they are being set up at Technopark, one in US and another in communication. And this defense infrastructure will be open for testing facility for different defense units for their equipments and products that they will make. Okay. So thank you for your continued encouragement and support, sir. Okay. We have Phase-1 facility which has got around 2.5 lakhs of built up area, out of which 1.5 lakhs are for the industrial offices and facilities. And we have the resident models that you are seeing. So big example of that is our Loras lab taking one entire floor on in this facility, and also setting up with huge investment, taking invention at our lab to a pilot scale, and then have a vision to industrialize in the future. So that's how we see how technoparks can be utilized. And we have one entire floor taken at this technopark by C3I Hub, which works on the cyber security part of it. We have DTIS facility coming up, resident companies that are part of Technopark now, and many more companies are joining us in our journey. We also have another model. This is a resident model. We also have another model which we call pioneered model, and which is a virtual model. And JK Cements are great example of that model. They have become a virtual partner with Technopark, and they have many projects being done at Kanpur through this partnership with Technopark. Okay. I think that it is the journey that we have taken, and it is time that we should have the effort of all the former PICs who have contributed to it, Professor Avinash Agrawal and Professor G.M. Kamath, who have taken this journey, and I have been given this responsibility only recently, since last year, and we laud their effort for taking it to the heights that it has reached actually. We also take opportunity to thank all the past members who have contributed to the journey of Technopark, and of course current members who are tirelessly working towards its growth and facility. Okay. So we would like, in both the cases, resident members as well as pioneer members, one common theme that we have is that we have a strong partnership with our faculties actually. You will find that in all the member companies that we have a mentor or many mentors, faculty mentors, who are participating with our industry. Without that, this model will not work, and that is the unique feature of our Technopark, I would say. We have a well laid out reward system, we call it Coin, which has given us that how do we interact in various phases, how do we interact with the ecosystem, with our facilities, and also with our students actually. So we take this opportunity to inform all of you that we are here for facilitating industries, academia collaboration with IIT Kanpur, and we would like to also take this opportunity for many prospective members to join Technopark in coming future. Okay. So with these few words, I thank all of you once again for joining, and looking forward to your continued support for the success of Technopark. Thank you, and Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, Professor Singh, for your insightful discourse. We are genuinely happy to have amongst us Mrs. Ganesh, And we would like to felicitate her. And for that, I would request Ms. Rima Mittal, Chief Operating Officer of Technopark, to do the honors. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great honor and pride that I extend a heartfelt invitation to the visionary architect behind the inception of Technopark IIT Kanpur, Professor Abhay Karandikar, Secretary, Department of Science and Technology, Government of India, for the keynote address.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Professor Ganesh, Shri Awnish Awasthi ji, advisor to the Honorable CM, Professor Amren Singh, all the distinguished faculty members of IIT Kanpur, the industry colleagues who are part of the Technopark, the entire Technopark team members, IIT Kanpur staff, and the community. Let me extend a very warm delight and welcome to all of you, because it is indeed a great honor and privilege for me to be a part of the inauguration of this Technopark, whose ideas were sown when I was the director of IIT Kanpur. And it is also a great coincidence that we have Shri Awnish Awasthi ji along with us, because we held a number of discussions with him when he was the chief of the UP Expressway Industrial Development Authority, and in his role as as a chair of that, and subsequently several other important roles that he played in the UP government. It was indeed a pleasure to have those discussions with him and to outline the vision of the Technopark. So 5 years ago, when we were envisioning the Technopark, the biggest challenge before us was, as you know, that the idea of the Technopark is to invite the industry to set up their R&D labs and infrastructure on the campus to enhance the industry academia collaborations to the next level. And at that time, the biggest challenge was that unlike in IIT Madras or in IIT Bombay, that is the cities of Chennai or Mumbai or Delhi, it was a great question mark whether we would have the industries come to Kanpur first, and then to IIT Kanpur. And as all of you know, that over the years, over the 5 years, the scenarios in the state of Uttar Pradesh has changed completely. The state has transformed in many ways. One, of course, a significantly improved infrastructure. Particularly, I will point out the road infrastructure, which has improved significantly. Now, from IIT Kanpur to Delhi, you can go on the expressway in 5 hours. Also, we have the air infrastructure that is coming up. We did not have any air connectivity in Kanpur, and now we have an airport at Kanpur. And a very conducive environment of enabling government policies and coupled with the infrastructure has now transformed the state in a way where large number of industries and companies are really vying to set up their facilities, including their manufacturing plants and R&D facilities in various parts of the state. And it is therefore a golden opportunity for IIT Kanpur Technopark to take advantage of that and invite the industry to set up their R&D on the campus of IIT Kanpur in this Technopark. In that context, therefore, after 5 years, I am not only just hopeful but pretty confident that this infrastructure that we have set up in Technopark will soon be inadequate because the demands will be much higher, and IIT Kanpur will soon have to look for additional funding to set up additional infrastructures to cater to the demands that we will see in the coming years. Uh, Now, as I think Mr. Awasthi mentioned about the defense corridor, in the defense corridor, IIT Kanpur was always a knowledge partner, and we have been interacting with not only with the UP government, but with many industries. As you know, that the government of Uttar Pradesh is also setting up a medtech park, and it will be also a great opportunity for IIT Kanpur again to take advantage of that and see whether, you know, some of the industries which are working in medical devices, technologies and all can be diverted instead of that medtech park from, you know, Noida region to the city of Kanpur. Finally, various centers of excellence which are there in IIT Kanpur, which are working in various areas such as flexible electronics, cyber security, blockchain, materials, aerospace. Uh, we see a great opportunity in the coming years for synergizing industry, academia collaboration, leading to joint technology development and making our country, you know, self-reliant or Atmanirbhar in various key sectors of technology and economy. So once again, thank you very much for making me a part of this today. It is indeed nostalgic and also a great moment for me to see this concept coming to fruition. But I must say that 5 years ago, when I was a little skeptical, I do see a great confidence here, given actually the fact that not only the environment in the state has transformed, but also in the institute, we are having faculty members more and more interacting with the industry. So my best wishes to the Technopark. I hope that in the coming years, this will be a benchmark for taking the industry academia collaboration to the next level. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Professor Karandikar. Your vision has always illuminated our path towards a future brimming with endless possibilities. And I would like to mention here is that before joining DST, Professor Karandikar served as a director of IIT Kanpur from 2018 to 2023. And so he has been the maestro whose foresight has woven the threads of innovation and excellence into the very fabric of our institution. Thank you so much, Professor Karandikar. Now I welcome Ms. Reema Mittal, the Chief Operating Officer of Technopark IIT Kanpur, to express our collective appreciation and deliver the vote of thanks.
Honorable Chief Guest, Guest of Honor, Director IIT Kanpur, Chairperson Technopark Board, Board of Directors Technopark, Deans, Industry Representatives, Delegates and Participants. It is my privilege to deliver the vote of thanks for the inaugural session of today's event. 5 years ago in 2019, we started this journey under the aegis of Professor Abhay Karandikar, our chief guest today, who was then the director of IIT Kanpur. And I think it was his unflinching belief in the vision of the research parks that paved way to the inception of Technopark. Thank you, sir, for gracing this occasion and making it all the more special. Special thanks to Shri Awnish Awasthi ji, who has always been extremely supportive to IIT Kanpur, and we really look forward to receiving your guidance and support in inching closer to our goals. We are immensely grateful to our director, Professor Ganesh, who is also the chairperson of the Board of Directors Technopark. We immensely value your leadership. Your support and guidance at every step of our journey has been incredibly valuable. Thank you, sir. Thank you to the Technopark board members, Professor Tarun Gupta, Dean R&D, Professor Gopal Kamath, Mr. Lalit Jalan, for your continuous support and encouragement. Unfortunately, Mr. Jalan couldn't join us due to his ill health. If we are standing here today and celebrating this important milestone, it is because of the relentless efforts and hard work of scores and scores of people. We express our heartfelt gratitude to the Dean Research and Development, Professor Tarun Gupta, Dean Infrastructure and Planning, Professor Samit Ray Chaudhary, Dean of Digital Infrastructure and Automation, Professor Nishant Nair, Dean of Resources and Alumni, Professor Kantesh Bilani, Dean of Academic Affairs, Professor Shalab, and their respective teams. A very special thanks to the team personals from the CPWD, IWD, and Computer Center, who are the real force behind this event today. Without the willingness and participation of the industry, our vision cannot be achieved. They are an important stakeholder in this endeavor. We express our gratitude to all our member companies who are here with us today. That's TVM Signaling and Transportation Systems. We have Loris Labs, we have Sky AI, we have Geoclimate Risk Solutions, a lot of companies with us. We express a heartfelt gratitude to you and a lot of industry people, local industry, Mr. Sunil Pandey, Indian Industries Association. We are also expecting people from CII and TIE UP. We'll continue to work closely with the industry and seek your support to expand our footprints. We are extremely thankful to all of you here. As far as my experience goes, you need a strong vision and a highly charged team who believes in that vision wholeheartedly and is willing to push boundaries and come out of their comfort zones to achieve this vision. And it all started with Professor Avinash Agarwal and then Professor Gopal Kamath, who served as the professors in charge during their time with Technopark. And currently, the professor in charge, Professor Amrendra Kumar Singh. His years of rich industry experience, along with his technical prowess, is shaping Technopark as a real industry academia R&D hub. A big thanks to my incredibly power-packed team at Technopark, Dr. Piyashi Malik, Dr. Shivani Vinay, Mr. Prashant, Anil ji, and then Suraj. And a very, very thank you to you all for making it a success. Thank you everyone here for taking time out to join us today and making this event a huge success. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Rima. And we, as an entire team of Technopark, thank you for your outstanding support and unflinching confidence. So as we draw this formal segment of our event to a close, please join us for a delightful high-tea experience followed by an exclusive tour around this exquisite new facility. So before moving to the high-tea and exclusive tour, we would like to felicitate our esteemed dignitaries and board members and chief guest and guest of honor.
So I think before we break for the high tea, we would request, we would like to felicitate our chief guest as well as the guest of honor. So I'll request Professor Ganesh to felicitate our chief guest for today's program, Professor Karandikar. And now I'll request Professor Ganesh to felicitate Shri Awnish Awasthi ji. I will request Professor Singh to felicitate our director and also the chairperson, board member, Technopark, Board of Directors, Technopark. Professor Singh, I'll now request you to felicitate Professor Kamath, who is our board member. I'll hand over. Professor Gupta has left. Oh, she's there. And I will request Professor Singh to felicitate Professor Tarun Gupta, who is also our board member, Technopark, and also the Dean, Research and Development. Yeah. Yeah, thank you so much, and sorry for that little confusion.
So please do join us for a delightful high tea experience, followed by an exclusive tour around this exquisite new facility. We also have some exhibits from our member companies outside, and therefore please take this opportunity to network, share ideas, and forge new connections.
We will also request all of you to please gather in the reception area for a group pic. Thank you.